Welcome to a rare, although they're getting more common, Thursday night live chat. Tonight, our sponsor is Ammo Supply Warehouse, purveyors of fine freedom seeds. Ammo Supply Warehouse has actually got the entire rest of this year and all of next year as the live chat sponsors. So there we go. Teach Tom how to do the intros. I use software. TJ noticed the new camera angle, which may be switching up yet again because I might be using a different camera. Thursday night live shot is the great live shot, I guess. Maybe. Sometimes I'm busy on Thursdays, so it doesn't always work out. That's why we're doing Wednesdays. Colt, hello, sir. Great. Becker money for bullets, which means Becker's capable of sponsoring the live chats. Mr. Fausti, hello, sir. I just sent you an email, by the way, with some information for the weekend. But yeah, I might be running a different camera. Got some things in the works, maybe with a newer 4K webcam and with a teleprompter in front of it, so I can see the chat while looking at the camera, and maybe a stream deck so I can adjust things from with like just taps of the buttons. That is the plan anyway. Let's see who we got all in here. John Ammons, hello, sir. Aiden, hello as well. Adam Hall, he likes the Tuesday live chat. Well, I have to admit, Tuesday would work better than Thursday for me most of the time. This week it would not have. In fact, Wednesday didn't work because I didn't get here in time to unpack that camera and that laptop and all that shit and actually have a live chat last night. Caleb, hello from the No Longer Wet Plains. Caleb has a lake named after him, Lake Caleb. Yes, Scott, you indirectly sponsored the live chat. You're awesome. All right, so wonder what was going on. I got this new thermos I'm going to drink out of tonight. It is from Mission First Tactical, as who makes it, but Dave Biggers gave it to me. I visited him, day before yesterday and yesterday. Got to his house on Tuesday, left his house on Wednesday. He gave me this while I was there. This part's plastic, and if Mission First Tactical makes it, this will probably break like everything plastic that they make. But this part's pretty badass. So got that going. Becky, hello. Jovan, I've decided to jazz it up. Hello, sir. Let's see who else is all there. All right, it's just the normal folks. What if I think I can click that over here and give an overlay? There we go. Now some comments will pop up for everybody. Sorry, I didn't do that earlier. Enable chat timers. All right, got that rolling around okay. Notice the metal sign over here. That was a gift from Five Rivers Fabrication. Shinde and Raj are awesome motherfuckers and made this cool ass sign for me. I guess when I put the chat window up, it narrowed it down to where it cut part of it off, but you get the idea. Once I got a new camera setting up in here, I don't know if I'll still run this catty corner angle or we'll go back to straight. It's supposed to be a very wide possibility screen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's the Elgato face cam. So we'll see what we can do with that. RJ, hello, sir. So I didn't have one of these last week. I was on the road, and I went yesterday because I was also on the road. It was like 10 days of travel. Austin, hello, sir. I am well. I was just in your neck of the country. Got back from 10 days I was gone. And a chunk of those were spent in Texas. Actually, most of them were spent in Texas. Spent election night hanging out with Sonny Buzikas, who has a live stream happening at the direct conclusion of this one. So this one will not be running late tonight so that we can all check in on it. Oh, Becky's got a good question. So, she says, "What is the youngest you would let minors come to a day zero with parental supervision?" It really depends on the child. Benjamin took his first rifle class with a M&P 15-22, so AR style, but 22 caliber at, I want to say 11. I think it was 11. My middle daughter took fighting pistol at 13. She might have been 14. I think my oldest daughter took fighting pistol when she was 15. So, in the teens somewhere, depending on how mature the child is. That's kind of the parents' call there. So yeah, anyhow, election night was sunny. That was interesting. I'm sure you all realized there was an election, and that had results that I wasn't quite expecting. So I was impressed. I'm more impressed by some of the cabinet nominations and that kind of thing coming out. Those are, some of them are stellar. Other ones seem okay, and some are good. Like I haven't seen anywhere I was like, ooh, no. So that's pretty cool. 16 and 13. But age wise, that's all good if they're mature. And that's a Becky call, not a Gary call. I mean, I make the call if they're immature, but you're kind of the one that has to say, yeah, they're mature. So yeah, election night, I was in Jacksonville. Sonny took me to a steakhouse. It was pretty nice. It was nice enough where they don't have TVs on the wall. So didn't watch any of that. After that was over, we went our separate ways. Established some plans for if I needed to bail out of Jacksonville and head to Fort Honey Badger. And went back to the hotel room, went to bed, didn't look at anything until the morning, and then was surprised. But big thing was instantly I went to look at Pennsylvania, and because I'm like, man, when I get back, there's gonna be a fucking reckoning if these people didn't fucking do shit right. And lo and behold, like the last two elections prior, Pennsylvania is what tipped the scale either way. So good job, guys. I didn't have to come back and be angry at you all. RJ, my thoughts on Hegseth. Cursory examination. I don't see an issue. I'm gonna go watch his interview with Sean Ryan and get a better take on the guy. Caleb says that Brandon Herrera, so does Scott, that for head of the ATF, I'd be fine with that. Max, hello, sir. Oh, awesome. We got Jovan looking to get into some classes. We got some coming up. I just put a bunch on the schedule. They're more like a lot of workshops and such, but they all will have some. Well, not all, but a lot of them have some rifle stuff in them. Um, some are pistols, but yeah. So the election thing came and okay. Now, don't be shocked if come summertime we don't get another summer of love, aka Antifa burning things to the ground. Just don't be shocked. Uh, so that was interesting. I didn't really. We'd have probably talked about that on Wednesday a bunch, but it's been a week, and now I think everybody's pretty much settled on all right. This is how things are going to be. Um, what else happened while during this trip that we were gone? Maybe you could tell from the thumbnail. We now have some winter pins, which we will be awarding in place of winter patches. So if you win one of the drills where we we used to give out a patch, now you'll get a pin the first time you win and a sticker. So you put the sticker like on your gear and a pin on like something nice. And then uh, each subsequent time you win something, you'll just get an additional sticker. So you can start stacking those things in rows. Uh, so that'd be pretty all right. And we added a winner's patch drill to low light pistol workshop. We'll probably do it in a low light carbine workshop as well. And if we do a low light pistol and carbine, one of those will get a winner's patch. I just don't know which one. And then the other one, we added a low light dog tag. So what was interesting about that, tried something new because we like to do that during workshops and study groups and that kind of thing. So normally, like you have a dog tag that you have to shoot. This isn't a dog tag, but it's flat like a dog tag, and it hangs vertical for the pistol and it's horizontal. I guess in this aspect you would see vertical for the pistol and horizontal for the carbine to make them more difficult. Well, this time I took a knife and I sliced the target and I put the dog tag in it this way, and you had to shoot the end of it. And you got a 75% pass rate. And you had to do it with a flashlight and a pistola. So that was pretty cool. So we might be adding some of that in next year as well. Scott needs to get some study groups up where he's at. Yep, everyone needs to have them wherever they're at. Austin is worried about getting screwed. I think that their level of wanting to screw us would not be to interfere with the election per se, but possibly setting up conditions to cause our president-elect to have a failed term, aka get us in a war he can't get out of, or like they did in his first term and released a bioweapon everywhere in order to fuck with his presidency. That I can see happening. Next, he needs to come to PA. Yep, he needs to spend some time here. Yep, Adam, 75% pass rate. I was shocked. And there should be study groups fucking everywhere. Yes. It's a shame I haven't figured out how to monetize that for myself. But if anything I've ever added to the training community like takes hold and spreads far and wide, you know, unlike an L Pres drill or a Bill drill or something fucking dumb like that. I would love study groups to be the thing that take off far and wide, and I would feel real good about that being a contribution. So that would be, I'd be super stoked about that. I'd be like a whole legacy right there. So yeah, what we're talking about, the set of low light pistol, blah blah blah. We got a number of low light things on the calendar for next year. Oh, speaking of the calendar, I'm going to open a calendar, just my normal old personal Google calendar, so that I can announce some things. Yes, we want to change the time zone back to Eastern. And April. So in April, you're all aware that Andrew Smersek of Combat Art Training and I are doing some collaborative classes on Easter weekend. The weekend before that, so the 12th and the 13th, I do not have details, but there will be an LCAR class here that we will be hosting. So I don't know if that's going to be a 2-day class or 2 one-day classes, or possibly a Saturday class, a Saturday night class, and a Sunday class, or if there's a night shoot portion, I don't know. But it's happening April 12th and 13th, and the following weekend, Andrew will be here. So you can get some Lewis and some Andrew all in the month of April. Sell study group book planner. I really should. Caleb says it was fun but rough, and someone says, are you talking about box? No comments. I have no comments. Although, Caleb, since you're on here, I would like to point out that coming to your office, or the P.O. box for the sheriff's office, is a package with 2 winners pins in it. One of them is yours and one of them is Mark's, because nobody gets 2 pins. Like, you just get stickers to go with the pins. And I'll tell you straight up, when you get it and you go, why is it all green? There's a protective film on the outside of the pin that you have to peel off to get to the gray and yellow underneath. Max says he's been carrying a G48 in the first wave holster. He says has good things to say, and he bets the guy who bends it like medium coyote tan. Probably. I know personally that's my favorite Magpul magazine color. Yeah, I don't think I have one sitting around here, but they stopped doing flat dark earth years ago, but you can get Magpul magazines in black or tan. The tan is MCT for medium coyote tan, not Marine Corps tan as everyone thought. So there's that. Speaking of first wave holsters, I have been reliably informed that in the first wave shop are all of the molds and blue guns and live guns and fitting parts and whatever stuff to make 1911 holsters with rails and another complete set of molds and blue guns and stuff to make ones without rails. So it looks like after, what was that at last? The fat Glock, the 10 mil Glock, I believe was the last thing. It turns out the next gun after that was old school 2 World Wars 1911s. John says that first wave rocks, he carries one as well. And yes, Scott, there are first wave holsters on my website, but just my signature holsters. All the regular First Wave holsters are over on the First Wave site. Looks like I just got a phone vibration. Probably Fiore, because he likes to do that. You know how he is. Says, oh, I forgot it was Wednesday, and then sends me messages. Turns out it ain't even Wednesday. And he probably doesn't even know I have a live stream. PDP holsters. I don't know. It's maybe I don't know which Walther the PDP is, because there's like a PDQ and a PPP and a PLPP, LPP, fucking whatever's. So I don't know when there will be Walthers or what Walthers it will be. There'll never be a Tremis signature holster for a Walther, but the other First Waves possibly. A 19 OptiCut appendix rig. Yeah, there's a couple of options there. There's the regular like Shade SHD standard holster design appendix rig, and the Trempendix, both the Alpha and the Omega. Although I'm telling you, the Omega is the way to go, and the Alpha may just cease to exist. A Platypus 2011. I can't say I've heard of the Platypus. But there's a bunch of 2011s out there that I didn't fucking even know existed. I didn't realize until 2 days ago that there was a bunch of Springfield 2011s out there. I have no clue. I did some bullet golfing earlier this year. I used my carry gun. I think I had to shoot it in open class because it has a built-in comp. Didn't even have a red dot on it, but I had to shoot open class. 17 rounds. It was fine. Maybe if I ever wanted to, well, I don't even think I could do that. I'd say if I wanted to do it more on the reg and buy a special gun for it, I buy a fuse, the 365 fuse, because it has the longer barrel, but they don't make that with the built-in comp. But it does come with a magwell. I can put a red dot on it. But if it had the built-in comp, then it'd be like the ultimate in pocket open carry guns or something. Hey, can you use flashlights on your? Does it make it like an open carry gun? Because it's just a bunch of extra weight. You don't ever really need a flashlight when you're playing games with guns, but the extra weight. A 2011 that takes Glock 17 mags. Man, I'm not gonna lie. If I could, of all the things that Glock puts on a gun, the two things I would never transfer to a different gun are the front sight design, because it's utter garbage. Not the plastic front sight, that we all know. That sucks. But the design of it with the sets, with the screw, junk. And their magazines, because they're just overly fat. I'd rather have a gun that used Glock 48 mags, because then I could at least put micro dagger mags in it. I like those. Speaking of sights, I stopped by XS on Monday on my way home, and I am proud to say that I currently downstairs on my dining room table, there are enough sights to completely outfit the rest of my Force on Force armory with XS sights. So I think I have 3 UTM tops that the sights don't come off the gun. They're machined as a solid slide with sights machined out of like an even bigger block. But 2 of those, I have had the sights cut off and then cut for factory Glock sights, and I've swapped them to XS. And then the M&P UTM gun has XS, and the M&P and the 10 Glock 17 airsoft guns will now have all XS sights. 5 of the Glock 17s have DXT2s in optic yellow. And then on the other 5, I want to say we have a DXT2. It might be a W. We might have did one with a white stripe and an orange front, so you can compare the orange to the yellow. A DXT Pro, which is the new sight that they just released, and that's an optic green, and it's nitrided instead of parkerized, or whatever they do to the normal sights to make it a little more rust preventative. And we have an F8 on for one, and an RD3 for one. I don't know. We got a bunch of extra sights. So we'll have like the whole host of XS sights on our Force and Force guns for you to compare and contrast and see if there are any that you like. So XS is now the official sponsor of all of the Force on Force classes, pistol Force on Force classes at Tramis Dynamics, because they have kindly provided sights for all the guns. Iroquois foreskins in the woods. In fact, I think Tom says he's happy as a bunch of the originals. I don't know which originals he's talking about. If we're still talking about sights for Tom, I do have a bunch of original like DX. I think I have one set of DXTs, which is the white dot with tritium in the back. But I have purchased in my life an assload of DXWs, which is the white big dot in the front and the white line in the back. I'm not a big fan of the tritium in the back. In fact, I think on my Gen 3 19, I think that's the one that I have DXTs, like the original white front tritium rear. I think that's the one I have the rear sight in backwards, so the tritium is facing forward so that I don't see it. The F8 in yellow. I don't know why they couldn't. I don't think they make. I don't think they make any sights with the small ring in yellow, do they? I don't know, because it would seem like the easiest if they already had a yellow little tube. They have the big yellow, and the big white, and the big green, and the big orange. I know they have white in the. Is it the standard dot? And have orange in F8s. What's in the RD3s? DR3s, R3D, or RD3 sights? What's the color of the front? Actually, I have one or two sets of those. I think one's on a UTM gun. The other one will be on an airsoft gun. I can't remember looking at it what color the front is. I actually, if they ever wanted to make a Tramis signature sight, like they own all of the things to do it, but none of them are together in one sight. It would be the pro finish on the nitride finish on the metal, because man, I fucking rust the shit out of everything. Like I have rusty Glock slides, rusty M&P slides, through Cerakote, through the Tenifer finish, just fucking everything I carry gets rusty. So that the melanite or whatever the fuck they do, whatever they're putting on the outside of the pro side, be that outside. The rear would be a white stripe and not tritium, and the front would be the optic yellow with no tritium, just a giant yellow, the yellow phosphorant dot, which they make they make shotgun beads like that, which they used to make shotgun beads in all white, which they probably still do. I don't know. I have that on one of my shotguns. But my next shotgun, whenever I pick up a 1301, I'm going to get the one that's all yellow with no tritium in the middle. And like I would put that on a pistol as well. But they don't make that combo that I want for a pistol. Although they have all of the pieces, they could. I wonder how many I have to buy to get like a special run made for me. I probably can't afford enough to buy them. Like, if they said, 100 sets and we'll make you your own type, then I'd have to upfront buy 100 of them and then hope somebody buys them. So maybe not. Try my signature sights. That's what I'm saying, John. Try my signature sights. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of many 3-dot setups, Adam. But if they already have a skinny yellow ring that they use in the R3D, it means potentially they could make an F8 in yellow without having to have any new bins of parts at their shop. So when they're assembling it, instead of taking the F8 tritium and putting it in orange and putting that in the sight, they could put it in a skinny yellow, since they have skinny yellows for other sites. That's where I'm thinking, for production wise. I'm like, I'm not asking you to build, to order new plastic tubing or whatever. Like, you already have it, just assemble it in this fashion. That's where my mind was going with it. ATF blocked the import of 7+1 1301s. What, like, on what grounds? Man, they needed that fucking Brandon Herrera guy in there quick. All right. So let's see what else we got. I didn't make any notes. I literally struggled to get like a camera set up and Becker's sign hung up on the back, and so I didn't make any notes. I was trying to remember if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh, yes, more stuff. Speaking of schedule shit, class stuff. My favorite thing to talk about, training. I hate talking about gear, but training I could talk about all day. In August is the 4th annual All Hands Muster. Yes, I know you're aware. I actually have some details on that. This year, instructors are going to be given 90-minute blocks of instruction, and we're going to have a half-hour break in between blocks, except the break in the middle for lunch will be 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. More time to get from one place to the other, and the hobnobbing, bathroom breaks in between, that kind of thing. Because we just have more space for instructors. We have a combatives area, a classroom, a small pistol range, the shotgun range, which we can also do rifle stuff on, and 1 or 2 more pistol pits at the far end. We can have 4 or 5 people teaching at once. So we're going to make the blocks a little longer because we'll still be able to squeeze a bunch of instructors in. But that's not what I wanted to talk about, although it was fun to talk about. The part I want to talk about was later in August. There is... I don't have anything on the schedule because I want to take a break after the muster, because it's usually a giant pain in my ass. At the end of the month, there's a workshop weekend where we do shooting and moving, pistol, and carbine workshop on Saturday. And then Saturday night is a low light, pistol, and carbine workshop. And then Sunday is the Rubicon workshop. There are Easter eggs if you're trying to figure out what it's about. And then Sunday night is a nods workshop for carbines. And then Sunday is the redacted workshop, which there's Easter eggs for that too. But the weekend before that, one of the instructors from multiple musters, not all of them, but an instructor who has been to some of them, is going to be running a 2-day class. I believe it's going to be based around active shooters, and it will have a low light portion. I don't know if he has announced it yet, so I'm not telling you who, but it is a short list of people who have been to some of the musters as a presenter. So you might want to save some time. Also, in August, I believe the 9th and 10th, not set in stone yet, I am doing a collaborative class. It is called the Two-Gun Rumble, Shotgun versus Carbine, Morris versus Mar. So there'll be shotguns and carbines, and we'll explore the advantages and disadvantages of both in a class setting. And Tim Morris and Gary Marr will be jointly teaching that. And that will be, at this point, it's tentatively the 9th and 10th of August. So August looks like not only will there be Violence Uncensored here with Sunny, after the muster is over, there is, actually, I'm thinking Sunny wants to do something that Monday too. I think he discussed that with me, but I don't know what. And then a couple days later, there'll be a Tim Morris, Gary Marr collaborative class where we pit the shotgun against the carbine. And then a couple weeks after that is a awesome instructor teaching an awesome subject over a few days, including a night shoot. And then the weekend after that is an ass load of workshops. Turns out August has turned out to be fucking stellar. Fucking stellar. That's what we do up here. I'll go ahead and add some stuff to my calendar right now. No, fuck. Can't even type. Save that. And then this one I'll save as that. I'll put on my private calendar and not the Tremis calendar, because I know how you guys are. You'll go dig that up and then figure out what instructor is coming to Pennsylvania to teach a class about active shootering. Adam needs to get a timeshare up here. Probably wouldn't hurt. I'm trying to make it an awesome place for people to come. It's taken years of fucking effort, but we're getting there. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say about that. RJ says the past July, August was pretty stellar. I thought it was pretty good too. I would like this central Pennsylvania area to be the place to be in the summer for training. That would be awesome. I am also, if any of you are friends with instructors out there that you think they might appreciate coming to the muster, since we are expanding our number of locations at the muster and the number of days of the muster, it is time to put them in touch with me. We have probably about half full of committed instructors, so I still have some space left to bring in maybe a new face or two if you have somebody in mind that I haven't already talked to. Reach out to them or reach out to me and make sure I have at least heard of the guy or something, and then reach out to them, see if they're interested before you put us in touch. Because wow, wouldn't it be awkward for like you to have a guy reach out to me and be like, motherfucker, I don't even like you. I don't think so. Although I can only think of like one instructor I don't like. So, and he's afraid of me. That guy's probably not a concern. I don't think anybody else in the training industry I don't like so much that I would be like, no, you can't come. And I might feel that way though. Like, I hate that little fucking dwarven midget. He always makes fun of 1911s or whatever. Oh, the foreskin's out of here. That's all right. I'm not staying late either. We got 10 more minutes tops and then punching out so that we can all tune into Sunny's live stream. Because I picked the wrong day of the week and I don't want to interfere with somebody else's stuff. Certainly not my pal Sunny, who was kind enough to spend election night with me when I was 1,200 miles away from home, or however far it was away from home. Voda, that's the knife pistol guy, right? Or knife pistol guy. I had the knife and the pistol, and I don't think that, but I don't know anything about that dude. Like I've seen a couple videos where he like shoots the ceiling and stuff, and I was like, oh damn. I wasn't even sure if that was a parody or not. So oh, Adam, I forgot about that instructor. Man, that one's tough because that's bullshit, and that makes him a fucking dirtbag. But I've heard really good things about his training from like people I personally know who've been there and think very highly of it. I'd have to mull that over quite a bit, some conversations. But no, the instructor that I don't like so much and who is afraid of me is the one who was fearful that I would want to come talk to him in New Jersey. So he asked the New Jersey State Police to arrest me because he knew I'd be carrying a gun illegally if I showed up. So maybe there are a couple instructors I wouldn't want to come. Damn. See, you guys fucking making me rethink my whole life. Well, not really my whole life, but yeah, I've heard real good stuff, Adam, about his curriculum, and it's a shame he's a dirtbag with his when it comes to his elitism, but whatever. There's a few other guys too. Andrew pointed out a guy to me who does. He has some classes, and some of them are based around vehicles. Different guy. I don't know anything about this guy's curriculum, but he made a post just saying like, hey, if you're a civilian, you don't need to know how to fight in and around a car because you don't ever get in one, or something to that nature. It says I made this curriculum for cops because cops get in and out of cars and the rest of you people just walk or something like that. But I can't remember his name. I don't know his name, but I can vaguely, the name of his company was very ambiguous, like armed tactical dynamic threat thing. How late in the evening will the muster venue allow you to shoot? We're probably going to wrap up around 5 or so. We can shoot until I want to say dusk at that range. It is about 20 minutes away from the dark range where we could shoot later. But it's going to be a long set of days, and I don't want to go over to the dark range. However, I have an instructor in mind who I'm going to talk to about coming up to the muster to do a block of instruction. And he may be interested in doing a small workshop Saturday evening that involves hands, not guns. And so he may stay a little later over on the grassy combative area and offer some additional stuff. Mostly to pay for his gas to drive up here. So we're still in the chats about making that happen, though. How about the face shotgun guy with the cowboy hat. I don't know if I know who we're talking about. A shotgun guy? Like, I only know of a couple people I would call shotgun guys. And one of them's dead. One I don't know at all. Um, I know another guy who's an awesome instructor who is known for his shotgun classes. He'd be more than welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the face shotgun guy is. Wait, did somebody take a shotgun to the face? Shoot someone in the face with a shotgun? I don't know. Oh, 8:51. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. But yeah, like if you guys have an instructor that you train with and you're we talked about him before. Face shotgun guy. I don't know. I don't care about the dude enough to keep him on a Oh, the cheek. The cheek. Deconstructed training. I'd love to have that motherfucker out here for sure. Absolutely, for sure. I would love to host him out here. Dick Cheney, different face shotgun thing. So funny thing, TJ, about the dude from Decon Training. Yes, he does do like a shockwave on the cheek. I first saw him doing like a 7-inch AR with the pistol buffer tube, like the old pistol buffer tube that was just, like the short system with a foam pad on it and no charging handle. There was some way to charge it. I don't remember anymore what it was, but like it didn't have like the pokey bit sticking out of it. So he would cheek the AR, and he like going through doorways and thresholds was fucking awesome looking. That's where I first started following him, was some of that content. I would like to get him out here, not just for the muster, but for a class because I want to take one. So yeah, that's the that dude. I read his name once. I don't remember it. You know how guys I am with names. So, but I remember his Instagram handle, Decon, like the rat traps. All right. So anywho, it is time for us to go check out Sonny's. Oh yeah, Bondi. I should message Bondi too. I don't know if he'd want to drive all the way up here for like the muster, because it's kind of not, you don't make much money or any, and he already has a base of students in PA. But it would be cool if he would come. But regardless, we're going to get out of here. Come get some winners pins and come do a class with me and Tim, or a class with me and Andrew, or a class with me and Jay, or a class with Lewis, because all the motherfuckers are coming up here to teach. And I will talk at you guys next Wednesday. We'll try to keep to Wednesday. And I got some other things going on next week, but we'll still try and squeeze that in. And maybe I'll tell you all about how cool those things are or not. Oh, Fish 2 this weekend. I still have 2 spots left open if somebody wants to come to Fish 2. I can still squeeze 2 more folks in, and then we'll be cutting it off because I can't run that many people. So with that, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Get some training, and maybe you'll do some of it with me, and I will see you all next